After Haile Selassie visited Japan in 1930, diplomatic and commercial ties were established between the two countries. The first Ethiopian constitution drafted in the 1930s was mostly taken from that of Japan. Ethiopia and Japan developed strong ties due to their anti-colonialist and anti-Western approach. The Japanese garden in the presidential palace here in Addis Ababa is a token of the Ethio-Japanese ties. The garden was built in the late 1950s after His Excellency Emperor Haile Selassie's visit to Japan. According to architect Yosef Bereded, this garden was built as a Japanese expression of gratitude to the emperor for his support after the bombing of Hiroshima, for being the first world leader to visit Japan. In 2005, the garden was renovated for its 50th anniversary on an area of 6,500 meters square, incorporating more land from its previous 2,000 meter square area. An artificial lake, waterfall, and Ethiopian coffee house were new additions during the renovation. The artificial lake was deliberately added in the middle so that the Japanese tea house and Ethiopian coffee house face each other from opposite sides. The idea of Japanese gardens began to spread during the Asuka period when Japan widely adopted Chinese and Buddhist culture. While all Japanese gardens can be generically categorized as landscape gardens, each garden can also be defined by its particular style. Although there are numerous varieties of Japanese gardening, we'll focus on three here. Kare Sansui, a term used to describe Japanese rock gardens or Zen gardens, is one type. Sand frequently takes the role of water as the primary ingredient in these gardens, which are utilized for meditation. In Roji gardens, which are less complex, we find gardens with tea house, where Japanese tea ceremonies are performed. Karui Sek Time translates directly as stroll garden and refers to gardens where people stroll along a path while taking in the various scenery. The garden found in the presidential palace is Roji type. Grounded in Shinto philosophies, all Japanese gardens are meant for contemplation. They are meant to be admired but not entered. A Japanese garden has four fundamental elements: rocks, water, plants, and man-made ornaments. When it comes to the architecture of the Japanese garden, the two main buildings, the Japanese tea house and the Ethiopian coffee house, are both built in the traditional Japanese way. The tea house is the most traditional building in this garden. The whole structure is made of wood and is built by using joints without using any nails or screws. It's also raised above the ground. The Japanese use raised floors to insulate their inner space. During the winter, it's very cold, and during the summer it's very hot, and to avoid heat loss and heat gain, they use raised floors to minimize the fluctuation. The floors are made of tatami mats. Tatami mats are made from rice straws, and they're used to measure the ergonomics of a person and the measurement of a room. All rooms, Japanese rooms, are multiples of tatami mats, and they are 0.9 by 1.8 meters. This room is designed in shrine style, which is building one large room and dividing it into temporary rooms using fusuma, a sliding screen. The sliding doors, called shoji, are made of translucent paper called washi.
Okay, so this is called a shoji screen. It has translucent paper paper kind of material, and it's made of wood. And these are they all use sliding doors in order.
They use joints everywhere, from the gateway to the fence to the structure of their buildings, and never use nails or screws.